we start this Sefer Chofetz Chaim. And a big topic is the Tehillim, constructive listening. Okay, and today's topic, matter of intent. While listening to negative information for constructive purpose, it is not a violation for prohibition against accepting Lashon Hara. Before taking the liberty of listening to such information, one must be sure that he will not be guilty of causing speaker to sin. So, very interesting, very important. Let me read one more time and we're going to explain. While listening to the negative information for constructive purpose is not violation, violation of the prohibition against accepting Lashon Hara. So, as we said before, in some cases, in some instances, you are allowed to listen, right? Is not violation of prohibition against accepting Lashon Hara. Just because you listen does not mean that you accept. Before taking the liberty of listening to such information, one must be sure that he will not be guilty of causing speaker to sin. So first of all, we have to understand if you're allowed to listen. Then maybe if you're not allowed, so by our listening anyway, we make possibly we're making this listening to sin. Basically, if I would say I'm not interested, so who he's going to talk to? We have seen that in order to convey pertinent information that would otherwise be considered Lashon Hara, several conditions must be met. For example, the speaker's intent must be to bring about positive result. So first of all, it could not be because person hates another person, he's bearing grudge and stuff like that. So it's only to bring over the positive result. So what would be the positive result? So maybe you're trying to help this person, the listener, right? Possible, the speaker. Or another possible scenario would be that you're trying to protect other people from harm based on the information that you're being presented. Okay, so that's a positive result. If the speaker does not have constructive intent, this speaker, he basically has no right to talk about it. His words are Lashon Hara, despite the fact the information is important for the listener to hear. So if he is saying this only to humiliate, let's say, somebody, so it's not positive intent, of course, and we are not allowed to hear, even though we need this information. In such a case, being a listener would be transgression of before the blind person. Do not place stumbling block. Vayikra 19:14. So basically, by us listening to the speaker, we facilitate his continue with his speech, which is 100% forbidden.
Can I ask something?
Yeah, go ahead.
But people, maybe some people are, it's mitzvah to hate maybe certain type of sinners.
Okay, all right. Okay, yeah.
So, for example, people who make the masses to sin. So can I speak Lashon Hara about this kind of people because I hate them personally? But I hate them personally because they are a threat to Israel, for example, to a community, because they are known Russia.
I'm not sure if you take let me give you an example. For somebody is like missionary or something. This one for Israel or other regime. They are being born from Jewish mother, but they are pure Amalek. So probably the mother is not Jewish, but okay. So in this case, you're allowed to hate them because they confuse many Jewish people and many other non-Jewish people as well. So in this case, this person is taking himself out from the Jewish nation. You understand? So he put himself in that situation. So in this case, since he's a big sinner, You're allowed to talk about them negatively.
So the
right?
question would be,
One second, but it's not because you personal hate. So our personal opinion should be put on the side. So because he is going against the Torah, and that should be the first priority. And they denigrate the glory of Hashem in this world. And whatever, as David says, right? The David says, Hashem, whoever hates you, I hate them. So they hate Hashem, and I hate these people in the Torah. So it's not because me personally go against them. No, they go against Hashem, who I love, and I hate all of his enemies. So that's how this feeling of hatred would be kosher, but otherwise it's not. So if it's personal because they did something to you, but they as well going against Hashem, so it's not kosher attitude.
because I mean, if my first motivation is because this X person did something bad to me, that's the main motivation.
That's the problem. That's what I just said. That's the problem.
So in that case, if my motivation is first, it also includes that this person is Mahdi Arabi, but my first motivation is not that.
But the second condition, you see, when you're saying it, it's a second condition. So the way I say it, it's not about me. It's about the glory of Hashem being the Shekhinah being humiliated, with whatever they say, they're mocking Hashem, right? And I hate them because they mock my Creator. So and then okay, so if you feel like a secondary, then yes, but if you feel like a primary, that's the problem.
So in the end, are you allowed to talk permissible Lashon Hara about someone who is Mahdi Arabim, but also
it's not considered to be Loshon Hara to begin with.
Yes, but I ask because also I have another motivation, because this person in particular made something bad to me.
Okay, so okay. If honor of Hashem comes first before your honor, then there is no problem. Let's put it this way.
And if in the inverse, how would it be?
In inverse is a problem. Is a big problem. So we have one of the 613 mitzvahs. We're not allowed to keep grudge and take a revenge. You understand? So before that, when this person insulted you, you don't have the opportunity. Now you have opportunity. You prepare, and then now you're taking revenge. And by the way, he also goes against Hashem. That's the problem.
Yes, I am talking exactly about that. How would you fix that issue?
So first, because he goes against Hashem, period. My feelings are irrelevant here. You understand?
So is there any specific way to turn this not so kosher Lashon Hara into a
exactly. So it's in your mind, your approach. So you say, I'm nothing. I'm servant of Hashem. So this guy or this lady, they insulted my master. That's it. So that's I'm not in the picture. I'm nothing. You understand? So and then you go fight all out war for Hashem, for his glory, for his honor. And that's a kosher fight. But otherwise it's not kosher fight. It's your arrogance, your ego is talking. You understand? So they offended me, and now I'm going to offend it. I'm going to crush him. And guess what? And by the way, he goes against Hashem also. So that's not a kosher way.
And is anywhere talk about when speaking to, for example, to your rabbi about X person, permissible Lashon Hara, is there any rule that requires you to first approach, not to say the name?
See, many times the name is irrelevant. So you for example, you tell me that his name is George. Okay, but if his name would be Stephen, it would make any difference. So basically, many times the names are irrelevant. I still, the rabbi does not know who you're talking about, right? And many times, maybe you made a mistake. I'm not talking about you, but the person. Maybe he made a mistake, and now he speaks about that person. So he could have asked just general question. You understand? So if you ask the general, if you ask specific person, a question about specific person, let's say, right? So then this rabbi would have in his mind the specific name. Let's say he knows that person. Did it change the answer? Maybe yes, maybe no. You understand? So it depends on the situation if this name is relevant. So if it's a famous person or there's the person that he does know, so maybe it give him it's going to be give rabbi more information to decide how to resolve this information. That's a different story. But otherwise, don't provide extra information specific. I mean, about names or identification of this person if it's not that does not have anything to do with the case at hand. You understand? So basically, many times a rabbi is allowed to hear negative speech. Many times. You understand? But he has to be selective. Is it for constructive purpose? Constructive purpose would be like if we can help somebody. If you cannot help this person, I mean, why I'm listening.
I ask this because I always think, in my opinion, that maybe it's better the first approach when speaking permissible Lashon Hara, for example, to your rabbi, is to not say any names.
Exactly.
Yes, but if not
Exactly.
say, because it's like even though it's permissible Lashon Hara, it's like I feel not very comfortable saying the name of the person.
Okay, that's as I just said, many times this name is irrelevant. Does not make any difference to me. What's he's Steve or he's George.
Okay.
Okay, continue. Okay. If one is privately doing business with someone, and then by coincidence a friend begins speaking Lashon Hara about that very individual, one is required to interrupt him and walk away. Okay. Since the speaker is unaware that the listener is doing business with that person, the speaker is talking Lashon Hara must be stopped. After interrupting him, one may tell him that the information he had begun to relate may be important to the listener, and that he may continue speaking, provided that he can honestly relate it for constructive purpose only. Okay, so let's read it one more time and explain. It's very interesting twist in this story. Very interesting. So one more time. If one is privately doing business with someone, and then by coincidence, a friend begins speaking Lashon Hara about that very individual, one is required to interrupt the person, to interrupt him or walk away. So basically, if you have a business, I don't know, maybe he's one of my clients, whatever I'm doing, he's one more client. And now my friend is to start talking bad about this client. So he does not know that he's my client. It's an individual that lives in a neighborhood, let's say, right? So if he would know that he's my client, then it is maybe for constructive purpose, maybe, right? Let's say he sent this guy. He takes all of his all of the people that he does business with, or he takes all of them to court. try to sue them. Right? So if he would know that this person, my client, yes, it would be for a constructive purpose. Now he does not know. So, I mean, what is the connection between me and that person who the speaker is talking about? There is no connection. So in this case, Chofetz Chaim said, it is Lashon Hara. You have to interrupt it, stop him basically, or walk away. Continues. It's very interesting situation. I don't think we had ever this kind of situation. I don't think so. Since the speaker is unaware of that the listener is doing business with a person, the speaker is talking Lashon Hara and must be stopped. So basically, in this, if he would know that that person, that if speaker would know that the person about whom he was talking is my client, it would be for a constructive purpose. Since he does not know, it's not for constructive purpose. That's why I must stop him. After interrupting him, one may tell him the information that he began to relate may be important to the listener. So now we stop him and say, you know what, actually, you know what, this person is my client. Okay, so be careful. What are you going to tell me about it, right? One more time. After interrupting him, one may tell him the information he had begun to relate may be important to the listener, and that he may continue speaking, provided that he can honestly relate it for a constructive purpose only. So now you say, okay, whatever you're going to say now, it's going to be for a constructive purpose. But that person, the speaker, must know that it's for constructive purpose. Very interesting. Stop here.